Alright. Hey everybody, this is Matt with G&S Outdoors. It is currently, time is it? 11:30 a.m. I am getting a late start to this supposed to be a long day trip, but woke up this morning not feeling the greatest, had a headache, but hydrated a little bit, ate some food, and now I'm on my way. I'm gonna do my first Sika Deer hunt on the eastern shore here in Maryland. I've been chasing these little marsh ghosts, you like to call them, probably 2 years now. It'll be my third year actually this year. But haven't had luck with any yet. Last year I laid eyes on them for my first time. All public land, no private. They're super cool, little neat animals, but weather's not looking too shabby. It's on the, I think, supposed to be the maybe high 60s, and then once that sun starts to get a little lower, it'll go to low 60s. Their rut should be beginning if it hasn't already started. Last year I was there, October 8th, for my first trip, and it was a rainy one, and they were bugling left and right. These little miniature elk, they're pretty neat to hunt for sure, especially if you're used to hunting pressured whitetails. These guys are pretty cool. So I know Andrew, his dad Gib, and his brother Matt plan on coming with me, I think mid-October. I've been scouting them for a couple years, so hopefully I can try to put them on some. That'd be awesome. I know they're definitely excited about it, as am I. But yeah, last year I laid my eyes on some Sika, had a hind and then a 3-point stag come in, and I ended up passing the stag. He never really gave me the greatest shot, but for people who are a little uneducated about the stags, for Sika, a 3-point, which I didn't know as well when I passed them, a 3-point stag could be a 5 or 6 year old deer, which is crazy to me. These stags, these Sika deer, they live up to 20 years old, unlike whitetail. You know, mature whitetail bucks, they'll be, you know, you're lucky to see a 5.5 year old, especially around here in Maryland. But down there on the eastern shore, those Sika deer, the biggest they'll get, I think the state record is 8-point stag, but I mean, a 6-point is an absolute trophy as well. I mean, you want an 8-point stag is a unicorn. You probably will never see one, but a 6-point stag it's not impossible, but you'll get one in your lifetime for sure, if not a few if you have private land. But so those 6-point stags, they could be 10, 15 year old deer, you know. So I passed up on a 5, 6 year old deer unknowingly. But so this year, not doing it. If I see a hind tonight, I'd probably take her. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling. I'm still not feeling 100% going down there by myself. You can get pretty twisted up in that frag. So we'll just see how I'm feeling about everything, how the weather's looking. Also, when we get down there, it's definitely going to be overcast. Apparently it's going to be a little windy, which I'm not loving, but can't kill a deer by not going, so I'm going to go down anyways. If it's a bad hunt, then hey, at least I got out there and I learned something. So got about 2-hour drive ahead of me. I should be getting down there around 2:30, a little later than I wanted to, but like I said, I just wasn't feeling the best. But we're gonna make the best of it, and hopefully at least hear something bugling. Maybe we'll hear some hinds mewing at us. But worst case scenario, I just learned something, and maybe next time I go down there, try a different spot. You know, going to the same spot I saw Sika deer last time. I know some guys killed a couple 6 points out of there last year, which was pretty wild actually for me to hear. So I have not the highest of hopes, but you know, I still have hopes. I'm definitely looking forward to going down there. It's always fun going there and learning something. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated, and I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Alright guys, just got set up. Here it's about 15-mile-per-hour winds. Not too bad. Real nice and overcast. It's about 3:20 right now. Got in pretty late, unfortunately. My one spot that I was gonna go to, there's a ton of trucks in, so I ended up just saying screw it. I went down the road a couple miles. Now I'm at a spot that I've never been to before, but it looks pretty good. I just kind of came in here. It was an easy path in, so I'm not expecting to even see anything, to be honest, but it's a real nice view. There could be some Sika that I walked through here. There was a bunch of trails. So behind me, got all these woods. All sorts of stuff going on back here. And then my main shooting path that I think they're gonna come through is right here. Alright guys, well, made it back to the truck. Still a little bit of daylight left, but started raining pretty hard. It got really windy. We have a pretty big tropical storm coming in. Probably be raining for the next week, and these winds are about to be pretty crazy. It'll probably knock out a lot of people's electricity back in Westminster, and definitely here on the Eastern Shore. But not too bad of a hunt. I mean, I'm obviously disappointed. I didn't have any deer come in close at all. I saw 2 Sika. I don't know if they were a stag or 2 hinds. If I had to guess, I'd guess 2 hinds. About 300 yards away, and I saw them there kind of hopping through the frag and everything, and I only caught a glimpse of them. They're specks off in the distance, but I knew they were deer. I think I had a hind like 60 or 70 yards away from me, just kind of mewing at me, but she didn't come in. That's alright though. But other than that, I mean, it was pretty uneventful, unfortunately. Alright everybody, Matt here with GNS Outdoors. It is, what is today? It is Friday, let's see, September 29th, about 10:15 a.m. right now. So I'm getting out a little late going to the shore, the Eastern Shore, today to go after some Sika deer. Last Friday wasn't the greatest, but you know, definitely isn't my worst trip. I ended up seeing 2, you know, really far out. And I had a hind, I think, behind me. She was mewing at me, but never actually laid eyes on her. That's okay. Today, I'm going in with a little higher hopes. It's been raining, and you know, unlike whitetail, Sika deer hunting gets better when it rains because they start going into higher ground, and they start going into areas that they usually don't really go to, and it makes it a little easier for us hunters to actually get to them. Now, most people don't hunt in the rain, but honestly, for Sika deer, you kind of want to, because they start moving to higher grounds. They're not very big animals, so for them to bed up in the frag where they like to live while it's, you know, a couple days of harsh rain, it makes it hard for them. So they end up moving out, going to higher ground, or just where it's not as deep in the frag. So it should be good. We got a pretty good tropical storm that came in over the weekend, and then it has been kind of just storming all week. All week it's been storming, and hopefully it'll make it good. I'm exploring some new areas today. I'm trying to venture out a little bit. I got a Blackwater Wildlife Refuge. You can hunt there, and I got a permit to actually hunt there. Alright guys, I'm back. Sorry I didn't do a little video once I got here to the parking spot. I got here too late. There was really bad traffic on the Bay Bridge. What time is it? It is. Do a little time check. It's 2:45. I've been set up for about 15 minutes now. I talked to a hunter at the parking area. They're way over there, and actually a lot farther in than I am. There's a couple of them actually, but I'm in a pretty good spot. You know, I like this area. My buddy John said he saw some Sika deer running around in here last night, around this area at least. I have some pretty nice trails going in and out of the frag. It looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie, but hoping to just at least see one, lay my eyes on one if I see. But if they get in range, I'm definitely letting the arrow fly. So we shall see. Should be good. Weather's seeming pretty good. Nice and overcast. A little bit of a breeze. It was misting, kind of a small sprinkle maybe earlier, but it seemed to have held off for now. But yeah, just a really nice breeze. I'll give you guys a little look at what I'm looking at right here. Now, for all you whitetail hunters, obviously not the sight you're probably used to seeing in most states, but right there, I think they might be popping out, and right in here I think they're coming in and out of, but a pretty good view. Behind me looks pretty nice as well. I do. There's a real nice trail right here that I think they've been using a ton, probably go back into the frag. I'm gonna swing you around here. I have all this on my right side. Welcome to the swamps. But I love it. It's pretty cool in here. I'll get you set back up. But I like it in here. It's pretty cool. Bugs aren't too bad yet. I bet as the night falls, they'll probably get a little worse. But temperatures, I think it's a cool 65, 60 degrees. It's not too bad. But we'll see. We'll see. My buddy said the one problem he's had is not hearing them or having them be close. It's them coming out of this frag and peeking out into the open He said they'll be 20 yards in front of him. He can't see them. They're in that frag, and they really like the safety of that frag. So, who knows what tonight has in store for us. But, yeah. Alright guys, it's Matt here with GNS Outdoors. I am on my way to Sika Deer hunt. It's last week I was down there. I found a great spot, new area in Blackwater that I went to, and I ended up seeing a hind, and I never did a closing video of that whole hunt talking about what happened, but basically she came out at probably 50 yards, and down there's these pines that they're probably, I don't know how big, like they're probably only, yay big around, and there's always there's a good cluster of them where she came out just for about 80 yards probably, just this whole cluster of these pines, and they're all just very close together. Closest she got, and they're all submerged year round, so there's never like really big ones. There's just always a bunch of like pretty average sized pines, but she came out probably 50 yards. Closest she got was 40, and I was comfortable with the 40-yard shot. I practice those 70, 60-yard shots, target shooting all the time, so when it comes to shooting 40, 30, 20, it's a piece of cake. And so I felt comfortable shooting 40, and I drew back, and she just wasn't really giving me a good shot. She was broadside the whole time, but those pines just were all sorts in the way, and I think the biggest gap I had was maybe a foot, and from that far away, I just wasn't comfortable taking that kind of shot. So I ended up just letting down, and she kept on moseying out in the open. Let me show you what I'm dealing with here. So, came in that frag patch right there. Here's what's behind me. Got all this, there's a buck. Right behind me, right here. And then straight to my left, actually. And then straight in front of me, you have all this frag right here. You have all this also. And then right behind me, where John ended up going, is all that he ended up going through the trail right there. But I mean, there's, I can swing out wide enough. There's a freaking big old rub right there. So, that's what all behind me looks like also. So, not bad. There's a lot of sign in here, all sorts of trails. This island's pretty messed up. Alright guys, this is Matt Belts with GNS Outdoors. Hope everybody's hunting season's going good so far. It is currently October 11th. It's about 8:03 p.m. It's a Wednesday night right now. I'm actually driving to the Eastern Shore right now. I'm meeting up with my buddy John, who lives down there, and we plan on doing an all day Sika Deer hunt tomorrow. All morning. We're gonna probably take a little midday nap in the truck. And then we're gonna hunt all afternoon. He has a certain plan for us in the afternoon. I'm not 100% sure what, but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. Last time we went, we found this island. He set up like 300 yards away from me. I found this money island with a ton of rubs on it, ton of wallows, that kind of thing, everywhere. I mean, these deer are moving. But got close to one possibly coming in, but unfortunately just didn't connect, didn't fully commit to me. So that's all right though. All right, guys. So it's about 7:42 a.m. The Sika Deer have been active today, bugling everywhere all morning. It just slowed down the past 25 minutes, give or take. I still have one behind me that will bugle every once in a while, but he doesn't seem like he wants to get any closer. So, but hasn't been the worst morning. Haven't seen anything yet. My buddy John is probably about 600 yards away from me in a different area. He said he's had some Sika Deer growling at him and everything like that, but no sights, of course. He said they're chasing also, they're chasing hunts and whatnot. And of course he's in the frag, so we're just kind of switching it up. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. Here's what I'm looking at. Frag in front of me, and then all behind me is just some wood. Let's see who's close. He's somewhere way out there. I just don't know where. I wish you would just get closer. Alright guys, it's I'm back for a evening sit here on the Eastern Shore. It is hot this morning. It was pretty cold. Had them on their feet and everything. But this evening it is hot. I think it's like 76. But I've been set up for a good while now, probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes now. We took a little lunch break with Subway after our morning sit. John and I. Then we came back to the spot, the parking area. Took a little nap. I laid my waders out on the ground and bundled up some of my clothes and just used that as a pillow and took a nap. Alright guys, this is Matt B here with GNS. I am heading back down to the Eastern Shore once again. I was just there Thursday. Hunted all day there. Didn't really get to do an outro at all. I was exhausted. John and I were hunting. Probably got up at like 3 a.m. that day. Had only like 3-4 hours of sleep, and then took a little midday nap. Then hunted the rest of the evening, and I didn't end up seeing anything. I heard some close by. They were bugling real close. They were all fired up, but just wasn't in the right spot, honestly. I mean, we have a trail camera on this one island that I was thinking about hunting, and we didn't have any daytime pictures at all in the past 2 weeks. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna try a different area. I heard them bugling in this one spot, and sure enough, I didn't see anything, you know, in the evening time. Morning time, I came close, I think, to seeing something. They were real close by. The evening, nothing. Dead silent. Didn't hear anything walking in the frag. Nothing. Well, I am back. This is actually the next morning after my Sika Deer hunt. I wish I could have gotten everything on film, but unfortunately that rain would have destroyed my camera. But I ended up getting to my spot, got all ready, all set up, got my waders on, hiked from the parking area. It was 1.5 miles to the closest marsh, and so not a lot of people like to hunt that area for that reason. Valid reason. It was not fun. But I did it, hiked out there. Long story short, just was spotting, stalking like I was going to. Bugled once at the edge of the marsh. I was mainly looking for hinds feeding on those acorns and whatnot. And then didn't hear anything. Walked another 300 yards, bugled again. Sure enough, within 5 minutes, this huge stag comes running in looking for a fight 15 yards away from me, just like you'd see, you know, when somebody goes bow hunting for elk on the ground. Same thing. And this stag just came running in looking for a fight, and 15 yards to my 8 o'clock, you know, I shot him. It was a little back. I hit like liver, because he was slightly quartering two as well. So I knocked another one. He jumped out to, I believe, 50 yards. I have to test and see. I don't actually know. I have a single pin, and so it was set for 20. So when he hopped back out and then stopped, was quartering away kind of hard, I drew back again, put my 20-yard pin about a foot over his back, let one rip, and the angle and the trajectory was perfect. Just went straight into his heart. Ran another 5 yards and just piled up in this pool of water. Couldn't have gone any better. He was a beautiful 6-point stag, my first ever Sika Deer. And it was on the ground, pouring down rain, public land. I mean, you can't get any better than that. I mean, it was definitely a day I'll remember for the rest of my life. It was awesome. But I would have showed you guys, you know, a little sooner when I got them to the truck and what have you, but those mosquitoes, tearing me up. Apparently when it rains, the mosquitoes get worse there. It must be because it disturbs the water or something, has them up in the air, but they're tearing me apart. I got them back to the truck at about 5:50 p.m. Sunset isn't until 6:30, so ended up pretty good. Yeah, I'm taking them to my taxidermist right now. Once my taxidermist gets them all skinned out, I'm gonna take them to Gibbs' house, hang them up in the cooler with Andrew's deer, because Andrew actually just shot a deer with his longbow. So we're gonna probably butcher them together and whatnot. But yeah, it was interesting. Definitely an interesting day yesterday. Once I park here, I'll get a little video of him in the bed of my truck and everything. But yeah, sorry the video wasn't more interesting. Just weather just was not gonna allow it to happen. But yeah, let me cut here and I'll show you guys my Sika. Alright, I gotta make it quick because I'm actually at the taxidermist's house now, but here he is. Beautiful stag.